In a world where we never asked what capabilities we will have when we were born and what background that we will have. As a students, we have different kind of style of learning and how we can understand of certain subject of matter well, especially in primary and middle schools, where students will learn the basic things that they can prepare themselves before they can learn the complex things in high school or even universities. So therefore, the issues that comes up is that first, students will have different capabilities. Students have different capabilities of learning. This is why that we will grouping them by competency and their intelligence, because there are students that take long to learn a certain subject, or there are students that take long to can learn in every kind of subjects. And second is that there are students that coming from a different families where these families, if you don't have enough capabilities, your parents will finance more courses for you. So by this regarding of these issues, we will do this grouping the students based on their competency in intelligence. And firstly is that how we will abolish it. First, we will abolish every private and public schools that grouping students based on their age. And secondly is that we will abolish it by giving announcement, and the announcement is from the government itself. And second mechanism is that how we will grouping it is that first there will be writing tasks about main subjects that the students learn in school, meaning that if we want to grouping them by their competency and intelligence, we will grouping them by this writing task. And secondly, after their passed, they will have interview tasks, and this is well focusing on the middle school years, not for the primary. And thirdly is that we want to point is that this task will be free or will be funded by the schools. By this mechanism, I'll head into my arguments. Is that first argument, the students that will being left out. I will tell that these students that have struggles when they are in a primary or middle school, where they have to keep up with other students to can learn a certain subjects. Example, like they learn math in class, where these students have to can keep up with other students that already know that some of the questions that in their class. So what is that we want to point is that this material that given to school is purposely to can educate us, right? We can gain knowledge from that material, and this when students that have their own capabilities will struggle or hard to understand it, because they don't have the same capabilities as what other students have, or what other students that have parents that can finance their more, especially that we can control how someone's think and work in their brain, right? And how this is, especially the students that have the capabilities tend to have capabilities more than other students that don't have it, tend to not worrying of the material and will just moving to next materials. And what will happen is that these students will don't have the barrier for it to can ask the teachers, because they realize that there is no other students that just being worry or struggle with this certain subject. So I don't have to ask it, even though I don't know this kind of materials. And the harms that will exist in here is that these students will just keep following other students, where they still don't know in their self that they've already understand this matter. In comparison is that in our side, we can picture how is the struggle that these students have while they're learning and can fix their problem. But in opposite side of the house, they can't, because they tend to care about the age and how they will can get our other students based on just their age. Even if opposite side of the house say that when you have the same age, you will trying to just ask your friends, especially you have the same age with them. So can if like worrying ask if you worrying to ask your teacher, but it's not, because if people's there are students that's smart, but they are tend to selfish, right? So I'll head into my second arguments is that gaining confidence. We have to realize is that how students can learn faster and understand well in their class is that because they're confident and can understand a matter well. If they don't know the certain subjects, if they want to give their opinions, they will have the confidence to can share, right? So when you gather with individuals or people that have same interests with you, yourself tend to being open yourself with others, right? Because the students not scared, they still don't know some materials they're learning in class, meaning that they aren't scared because seeing other students as same as their capabilities, and they want to improve their capabilities, same with their friends, same with their other students that have their same capabilities, which it will be turns out making the students more brave to speak up. Is that first they will speak up to can make the teachers know how their struggles in learning, and secondly what their opinions in certain matter in subjects. So the benefit is that these students will cheer up other students where they struggles on this some kind of materials. So in comparison with the opposition side of the house, their side can gaining the confidence of these students, especially when you are a primary and middle school students, where you are still tend to scared and you are still tend to don't know if you don't ask, you will being left out, and if you don't ask what material that you will be don't learning that you will repeat learning in high school or university. So even if opposition side of the house say that we will just make the smart students more smarter, but at least is that what we want to care is that we can gain and improve the confidence and capabilities of these students so that they cannot struggle anymore to can how they can learning and understand in their education, right? And I'll head into my last arguments is that efficiency in education learning. We know that teachers are the main role to can help the students in learning, right? Lots of material or chapter that have to learn in different subjects, meaning that teachers will hard to teach students with different capabilities. Where first is that where at the end the students can get a lower grade, and second is that it will be pressuring the teachers. We know in this modern world, teachers are required to create creative as possible to can prepare the students, as the students are the next generation, right? But we also have to realize that we will just give burden to teachers and students, especially teachers got pressure and will push their students to can if they're needing money, right? And the impact will be harming the students because they are got pushed from their teachers. So this is in comparison with the opposite side of the house. They will not care about these teachers are the main role that will pushing these students to can be good in their education life. That's all from me. Thank you.